Right, guys, welcome to the first episode of Help, I'm Dating a Bodybuilder podcast with your hosts, me, Tim Stewart, and
myself, Megan.
So this first episode, we're just going to pretty much do a bit of an introductory ep to
Nothing
me
too
and you.
heavy.
Nothing too
Keeping
heavy
it light.
yet. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am Tim Stewart, an online coach, an online bodybuilding prep coach. Been in the industry for quite some time. Have competed myself in the past. Wasn't the best, wasn't that successful. Potentially will in the future. We are looking at some point to get back on stage. However, my main role is being an online coach and obviously boyfriend to Megan. So do you want to introduce yourself for anyone who doesn't know you?
For everyone that doesn't know me, I'm literally just Megan. I don't have any bodybuilding credentials, no shows done yet, no preps done. Just Meg.
You can hardly call mine credentials, but go on.
Yeah, no, better than me.
By default, I turn up. So go on, a little bit more about you.
So, yeah, I live with Tim. I'm his girlfriend.
Just cohabit.
Just go.
I live with him. I live with
I
Tim.
fucking live with him, and it's hell.
Squatters' rights. Live with Tim and his dog.
I just moved in one day and was like, you know what, I like it here, I'm not leaving. I have a normal job, 9 till 5, corporate life, which, if anyone from work listens, I love it. Absolutely love it.
For anyone just listening to audio, we have got video on YouTube and we are going to be breaking the fourth wall a lot. But in terms of your normal job, that is something that we're going to delve into quite a lot over the episodes, and because it's different to obviously what I do and different to what a lot of people in the industry do as well.
Yeah.
Because you're not working within the industry, you're just kind of bodybuilding.
It's more like my hobby, my sport, something that I used to escape from work, whereas you going to the gym, you literally are just checking into your next shift. It's a bit different, but you know what, this does feel like I'm on one of those Teams calls at work and I'm introing myself to someone.
Interesting fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact about you. I know, I left my friend at the airport in Barcelona. It's the one you say to everyone.
It's the best one, it's the only one I've got.
Anyway, so anything else about you? What are the plans for this year? What are you currently up to for anyone listening who doesn't know you? You want to compete in bikini.
Yes. I have aspirations to compete in bikini this year. It's something that I've kind of denied myself for a long time now and never really admitted to myself that I'd want to do it. I was in denial for a long time about liking bodybuilding, about liking training. And I'm a very stubborn individual. It's one of my traits. And I was very set in my ways of confidently saying to Tim, no, I want to be a Pilates princess now and I don't want to train in the gym anymore. I went to one Pilates session, didn't I? And I hated it.
Yeah, I lasted longer in hybrid than you did Pilates.
Yeah, one session.
That's one session.
Came back and was like, fuck that. To be honest, it was probably not a reflection on what Pilates is like, but the gym that I was going to was a bit of a retirement home gym, wasn't it? And the class calibre was 70-year-olds, and so we weren't going to be doing wild stuff. Like
No.
it was more like
You was alienated.
breathing
from the group,
exercise.
weren't you?
Yeah, I was bullied. They kept whispering, "Who's that fucking whore?" in the back.
Christ. Right.
Yeah.
Savage OAPs. And since then, you started training a little bit more again.
Yeah.
And what got you back into? That's actually a question that we got from Millie, really, which we can just delve into now.
Yeah, Tim basically said you either go back to the gym, you get back in that gym.
If you want to continue living with me,
Yeah. These are the terms of our agreement of cohabiting. You
Yeah.
have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, I think I came to you like summer and was like...
Inquired.
I inquired through the link.
Came to you. Yeah,
Came through the link.
Christian put you through to me.
Yeah. I got a heavy
Got
discount
goals.
though.
Yeah,
Got a heavy
yeah,
discount.
doesn't
yeah.
pay.
No. Fuck off. But yeah, I was like, I'm feeling a little bit fluffy, and we're going on holiday in like 2 months. So did an exercise and diet plan. And how much did I lose? Like £10, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe like 10 or 12 pounds.
Like £12 maybe for Mykonos with training properly again.
Yeah.
Grew throughout the thing as well, just from that novel stimulus of training again. And I knew that even through that period of time, like, I knew that you were being stubborn and keeping it under wraps of really what you did want to do.
Yeah, I knew the whole time that I was gonna I remember like so
Testing
many.
the waters
Yeah,
again.
I kept dropping hints massively, and then would be like, no, I'm just asking.
And coming to shows and stuff with me.
Yeah, and just seeing how it was. To be fair, I don't know how I wasn't put off by some of the shows.
True. Yeah, you didn't come to great, well-run shows.
Namely, PMBA Angels.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Fair enough. That's what they want to do. That's the category they want to do it in. But for any person that doesn't really know
I don't
bodybuilding
know.
that
You wouldn't
much,
have the opportunity to do it in this country. So,
guess I'm going to America.
for anyone who doesn't know, obviously UKDFBA within our country is a fantastic natural bodybuilding fed, but they work alongside the INBA and the PMBA, and so when you go to international shows, you are competing within the INBA and PMBA. And last year I was lucky enough to go to Romania with clients in the natural universe, and then we went over to the Natural Olympia, the pinnacle of natural bodybuilding, and I brought Megan along. And Romania was pretty like eye-opening to some of the categories, but fucking hell, the Natural Olympia, there's probably about 40 categories on that second day.
One of them was like baby mamas.
Yeah, baby mamas. Some of them would come in, some of them would rock on stage in some sneakers and some like yoga wear. Some would come on with massive Victoria's Secret angels. There was one guy, this old boy, he'd come out in his men's physique shorts and Jordans. No one else had Jordans on. He won, shock.
It was ace though. The crowd encouragement. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. It was ace.
But yeah, so that's Megan's taking the piss out of the PMBA Angels. But the other shows you came to were Two Bros and PCA, and we're looking to compete within the Two Bros this year.
Yeah, I'm not a PCA girly.
No.
I'm not. I don't suit the poses. I look terrible in them, to be frank. I don't have developed delts in that way, and quads. It just makes me look tiny, to be honest with you. So
That front shot, you've got to have a
Jesus.
particular physique to.
Yeah, and it's
do
not
well
me. I just don't. I can't hide my waist either in that. It's just there.
You also prefer Two Bros PC posing to PCA posing in general, anyway.
Yeah, like less mistakes, less room for error, less likely to fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do some fancy high kick into a split or something. I'm not doing that. That's bigger. That's bigger.
I was going to say,
Wrong category.
You're watching some different.
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing.
Absolute specialist in bikini knowledge here. And so after that diet for Mykonos, then what happened?
We came back from Mykonos, somehow lighter.
By the way, that's not even figure, that's fitness that you're talking about.
That's fitness.
Yeah.
Oh, those mad routines
Yeah.
when we watched it at Arnold's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
No.
No. Yeah, it came back lighter. And
Went on holiday, drop weight, standard.
oops.
Didn't eat. We did.
We did eat quite a lot. But we were going to the gym on holiday.
Yeah. Well, we went 3 times in a week.
Yeah. That was pretty standard to what I was doing pre-Mykonos. I was only going 4 times a week.
Yeah, you was. Yeah.
I also wasn't taking it as seriously as what I do now.
No.
I would skip biceps and triceps, and I'd skip delts and abs at a push. If I couldn't be asked, I'd just be like, I don't want big arms anyway.
Mm-hmm.
As you love to remind me, I'm not going to get big arms from
Yeah.
what I do.
I can't get big arms, so I don't think you are.
Yeah.
So then you come back from Mykonos, and it was kind of full send into bikini training, really, from then.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you changed my whole training split then.
I said you've got to go 5 times a week.
Yeah, literally gun to my head.
Else you're going to have 11 exercises per
I joined
session.
a gym.
Yeah, you came.
So then I moved from my lovely little gym that, to be fair, I was leaving anyway because somehow they started allowing 13-year-olds to train there.
Yeah.
In groups of 10. So I was like, well, that's not going to work because I can't get any of the equipment. So I was leaving anyway, and then we go to the gym together now. We don't train together, but I'm there on my own with my headphones on while you're not training, chatting. I'm in a gym wag.
Yeah, and you've been in an improvement phase since then, really.
Yeah, but we haven't rushed it. Like I didn't like come off that diet and go straight into like a massive surplus. I think I held that weight until like my birthday, until before my birthday, and that's when you then pushed me, and that's when, you know, I saw the weight start going up a lot.
I think you were seeing improvements at the same body weight for a long period.
For a long time.
You know, food was still going up, training was progressive, but body weight wasn't just shooting out the gates.
No.
Which it wasn't like you was peeled or compromised in order to warrant that huge escalation in food and body weight. It was a case of you were so new and novel, you hadn't trained properly in a year. So everything was new and you were responding really well, and then we started seeing weight go up around November and up until recently. But I think that's absolutely key with bikini athletes and men's physique athletes, of having that, not pushing body composition to an extreme state. That's unnecessary, keeping that waist intact, that TVA control intact, and then also pulling back when necessary and having frequent mini cuts in order to keep body comp in check, because there's absolutely no reason for a bikini girl, for a men's physique athlete to just be out of shape. And that's what we've done. We're now 3 weeks into a mini cut, into a little priming phase, prior to then 12 weeks before prep.
I think it's 16, you know.
Weeks before prep.
I think I've got another 16 weeks to go. So, plenty of time to push back up a little bit.
And you only really had 18
I think I only had
18 weeks,
yeah,
16
not a
weeks
lot.
up until this mini cut.
And in between then, I was having my birthday, Christmas. Like, I wasn't really set. Like, I wasn't on a meal plan.
No.
For the whole of that, I was literally, if it fits my macros, I was having like 4 hot cross buns a day. I got to try all flavours, so I was like, well, they're all in the freezer now. You opened the freezer drawer the other week, didn't you? And you're like, what the fuck is this?
I had no idea.
Just 20 packets of hot cross buns for when I finish this diet.
Which wraps up in a week and a half. Well, a week and a half. And then shows.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What have we got planned?
Well, we've said the natural 2 bros. Undecided on which, or both. We don't know.
The final 2, that is.
Yes, not the one in.
Not the 10x classic 10x.
I would not be ready for that. Let's be honest. I would be just going on. Out of shape, yeah. So not that one, but the ones in November. No, is it October?
October.
And then the last one that we're aiming for is November.
Vitae Plant Classic.
Vitae.
I don't know. And then the one in Wigan, which I can't think what that one is. So one of them, or potentially both. And then heading off to Lille again for the pro qualifier.
Yeah, but it's nothing set in stone. I haven't actually registered myself for them.
No.
Yeah, it's an end goal, but the end goal can move, and you know, it all depends how well this prep goes. We could get
6 weeks out and say, let's do it next year, and
be
go
like,
pro again.
you are not ready. Like, you know, you never know. I haven't been. If you think about it, I've been training for like 4 years, but have I been training well for 4 years? No. I've probably only been training well for altogether maybe a year out of those 4, maybe a bit more, because I did go off the rails at one point with my training and just did whatever I wanted, which didn't really help, and ate whatever I wanted. So,
but that was why you were so responsive this past year as well.
Yeah, does make sense. But I don't know, I'm not saying I'm going to do them, like the one, especially Lil.
Yeah,
it's If I get there, great.
If you don't win even your class in any of them, then there's no point going to Lille just for the fucking sake of a holiday. Of going to Lille, we can just go to Lille for a holiday.
Go to Coventry. Looks the same apparently.
So there's no point with that. But I'm pretty confident that you will do relatively well this year because you are very good. And also, you're extremely good at posing, and that's something that you love as well, and that kind of got you into it as well. And that's always.
To be fair, it is like the posing aspect of it. That, like, disclaimer: I literally have 2 left feet. I'm not that coordinated, but like I don't know what it is about posing. I just find it quite fun to learn new stuff and to like see your delt pop out and stuff like that. And I think it's so important to get a coach for it. Like I can hands up say like when I wasn't thinking of ever competing and I was just like kind of coming with you to shows and stuff. Like I know a lot of people have self-taught themselves, and
you can tell.
And you can tell, but to an untrained eye they look fine.
Yeah.
Because like I remember watching Bikini girls and be like, oh, they're really good. But I get a posing coach and I thought I was okay, and she then whips out a routine in front of me like on FaceTime, and I'm just thinking, oh my god, like she's incredible and I'm terrible.
Yeah.
And so it takes so long to kind of get even the confidence I think shows like trying
Definitely,
to not wobble.
Yeah. I said that to you in terms of the untrained eye, that because I'm so engrossed in Bikini now more than ever, which actually I am. I absolutely love the category, but you do see posing coaches and people on Instagram or even at shows that they do some mad shit, and it might look good to that untrained eye, but now you can see that the intricacies of the actual posing and the fundamentals are actually wrong. It just kind of wafting about and spinning about with some mad transitions that to someone might be eye-catching, to a novice or to a first-timer, when really the fundamentals of the posing is quite incorrect, not what they're looking for on stage.
Well, I think it's all fine if you're doing that in your individual routine and you want to take the time doing that. But when you're in those comparison rounds, the last thing you really want to be doing is dicking around trying to get round to the front again. You want to be round first, and that's what my posing coach Kat has told me, that
it's the same in any category, same in bodybuilding. You want to be in that pose first.
Doesn't matter.
The judges want to see you first.
Yeah, exactly. So just get round. And I think when you're new, you're just like, oh, that looks so cool, and you want to perform.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do that in your individual routine when you can. But in those comparison rounds, the main thing you should be focusing on is hitting those.
Hitting your mandatories.
Hitting your mandatories and getting to them first.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely. So that's kind of the plan there. And realistically, something that we were going to touch upon throughout the duration of this podcast is that with it being me and Megan, it offers 2 different outlooks on pretty much everything, which most podcasts don't really see. Obviously, we've got male and female.
Obviously.
BFGF. Bodybuilder, bikini, natural enhanced, and
coach and corporate,
and it also offers plenty of opportunities to get on male, female couples as guests. But something we have had a few questions on this week is regarding you working within corporate. So do you want to explain kind of what your job is, what you do?
Yeah. I don't want to be too boring, or
say in the least boring way possible.
I will just try and
it's like
summarise.
If anyone's watched Friends, when no one has any idea what Chandler Bing does for 10 series.
Yeah.
That's Megan.
So my job title is a product manager. I work for a law firm and I work within finance. I don't manage people, I manage a data product. So it's basically looking after this product from it being thought of to it being implemented. For example, you could be a product manager for ASOS and you could look after the checkout page. You could literally just that is your product, the checkout page. So that's generally what I do. And a lot of my time is spent, as Tim knows, in very long meetings.
Calls.
Very long meetings, and my days are most of the time full of them, where it's a lot of talking to developers, trying to ask them to do stuff and get stuff prioritised to be done. And I'm very lucky in the fact that I get to mostly work from home. I think that's the main difference for me, and it's not like I'm being monitored. So like if I can log on early, I can log off early, I can take a bit longer at lunch and stuff like that. So
yeah, but you don't. You can't. No, you can't.
I can.
Really. Fucking hell, why don't you?
I don't, because I don't get up.
Like,
out of bed.
It's not. Yeah, it is still pretty regimented for you.
It depends
compared
if
to
I've got
previous jobs you've had. This one is pretty regimented for you.
Yeah, but in previous roles, so my role previous to this, I was an analyst. When I got hired, the job role ceased to exist. But because they're such a massive company, they just kept me on anyway. And I was doing a job that didn't exist anymore, so I never had anything to do. I didn't have a manager really, and I was just kind of flying into the radar, not doing anything, which is why I left, because I was like, I'm not learning anything.
Yeah.
I'm really bored.
It's mundane. Sounds great at first, but
it sounds great,
like,
and then you're like, but then you are in constant worry that someone's going to find out that you don't actually do anything and they'll fire you.
Yeah.
So like that's not great to live
it's
with.
like me at uni.
That's like me at uni.
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? So we've had a question, well, we had a few, but from today, of how is it balancing bodybuilding and corporate life? During my internship, every day went rapid.
Do they mean like they just didn't have enough hours in the day?
I presume so. I presume
Yeah.
it means hectic schedule from
Hectic
getting
schedule.
up to going to sleep.
Yeah.
I think it becomes more hectic as well. I don't know if he was dieting or not, but I think now that you've got a specific higher step count to do and cardio to do, and it doesn't help that we live 30, 35 minutes away from the gym that we train at. It does, as soon as 5 o'clock hits, it is a rush.
Yeah, it is.
It's like now, we're filming this at 5 o'clock after work, and now we're going to head to the gym,
After
which is
this.
25 minutes away.
I ate 3 hours ago.
You've got
I'm starving.
so optimal. NPS spikes through the roof over it, and then cardio back home, and then walk that little devil, Big Brother bed.
We haven't even mentioned Norman yet. Where is he? Why is he not here? Why has he not got his own little mic?
Is that house you live in?
Oh, the one that I was squatting.
Yeah. So how do you manage and balance bodybuilding and corporate life?
Like probably
Maybe run through the days that you go into the office as well. They're a little bit more.
I'm not going to sit here though and say that I manage everything amazing.
No.
I don't.
No.
Like I probably am the worst person to give advice on with how to manage it because I'm not in the office.
Yeah.
So for me it's very different, and on days that I do go in, like I went to the office yesterday and I ideally won't go to the gym on those days.
Yeah.
Because we live in York and my job is either based in, most of the time it's Sheffield, or I can go to the Leeds office if I want. And yesterday was in Sheffield, which for me, all in, I think that's...
All in.
Oh, God. Go on, edit that out.
Definitely not. For you, all in,
Yeah.
it's about what?
I think, round trip, I think it's an hour and a half commuting there.
And that's car and train.
Yeah, so it's a half an hour car journey in the morning. God forbid I get stuck behind a tractor, because then it can be like 45 minutes. Living in the countryside, you know. And then an hour train, and then same back. And it's getting up early to get ready to then go to the train station. The one thing I will say is when I'm in the office that I don't do, but should, is prep.
Meal prep in advance.
Meal prep
you
the
do
night
it in
before.
the morning.
Tim comes downstairs. The whole kitchen's like...
I'm woken up to the smell
of cooking.
4 meals being cooked. Oats, chicken, veg, egg and turkey bacon all at once.
And if you came down, I'm running around like a nut job, trying to make my breakfast, make my lunch, make my other lunch that I have, cut up strawberries. So you can make it easier on yourself and just do it the night before. But I'll never learn. So
I'll say, like, we're both not going to.
We're both
We're not
terrible.
going to bullshit. We are not time efficient people.
no, I'm not going to sit here and say I do this, that, and the other when
Anyone
I
who knows
categorically
me,
don't.
although I'm not. So yeah, you leave that till the last minute. But
Yeah.
if you were to improve, if you were to recommend, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do. You know what? This is what you shouldn't do.
Everything I
based
do.
on what I do, don't do it. So don't leave your meal prep to the morning you have to go to work.
No.
Because it is panic induced, and I have missed my train more times than I'd like to admit, and had to then drive to Sheffield, which I'm not good with driving long distances, especially when I'm tired. I sometimes almost fall asleep, so I have to pull over. I don't like doing that, and I have missed my train a lot. And had to then, or I've just turned back round and gone home.
Yeah.
And then I get in trouble because I've missed like an important meeting or something that I've had to dial in on. So don't do that. Don't leave all your steps until 11 o'clock at night.
No.
I do it every day.
Well, you box, when you go in the office though, you do box
Yeah, so
off
I rack up loads in the office.
That lunch break.
Yeah.
And you park a little bit further away from the office and get some steps in
A bit
there.
further away, I'm in Gaul, mate. My car's in Gaul.
The train station then.
Yeah. And that train station walk is up a massive hill, so I get a bit of my heart rate going up there as well.
Incline walk. Fasted incline walk thing.
When I was like on like my highest body weight, that was a struggle.
Yeah.
I'd get to the top and be wheezing. Like it wasn't
Peak off season for you.
peak off season.
What was you, 150 what?
152.6 actually.
152.6.
Thank you.
pounds.
That 1.6 counts.
And what was it, a 30 IU Slin and growth was at 6 IU? Yeah.
And Tren.
And Trent, yeah. So yeah, don't leave your steps all at night.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
It's not fun. We have a treadmill in the house, so that's fortunate for us because
It is.
where we live in is it a market town or a village?
Market Wheaton.
But it's I don't want to give our address away. You don't know who's listening, babes.
Our house is Market Wheaton.
We own the whole thing.
Yeah. It's a market town.
Yeah.
Market Wheaton.
But it's a very small one, so it's got a big Tesco, and then a little high street of like knick-knacky shops.
Yeah.
And a little Mozzies, and that's it.
4 Turkish barbers. Shock.
So many people get their hair cut. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's like 4 nail shops now.
Yeah, I know.
The demand must be crazy.
But what I was trying to say, there's nowhere to walk. It's shit to walk
you would
about.
think, like, we live in the middle of nowhere. To get to the one walk we like, though, you have to cross the 60-mile-an-hour main road. And bear in mind, we've got the little Pomeranian devil that likes to attack cars with us.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
No.
Because he's trying to get himself killed.
Yeah. No, it's a really annoying place to walk, especially for Norman. Like, he's such a nightmare that taking him somewhere, that maybe 10 minutes to drive somewhere for a walk, but it's such a ball ache to get him in the harness in the car that 10 minutes just becomes like, fuck it, we won't
And
go.
you're forgetting the fact that he doesn't like it.
So we're just walking about cul-de-sacs, really. That's what we do as a walk.
Yeah.
Even though we're literally out in the sticks in the country, we have such crap walks. Well, accessibility to walks is really poor.
But me and my mum found that Pocklington Canal one. Norman hated it. Wouldn't walk. Crying.
He's a city boy.
He's a city boy.
I'm cold.
You cold?
Yeah. Bit nippy.
Should've
Probably the ice
Should've brought a
latte.
little blanket.
Go on, carry on.
Should have had a warm coffee. But yeah, he doesn't like countryside walks. He's terrified of everything.
Yeah.
He is like 4 kilo
Yeah.
and like this big. So like I would also be quite scared of everything if I was him.
Cars, though, he'll take,
I'll
he'll
take them
them
on.
head on.
And like he will take a dog on, but only when it's walked past, and then he'll kind of let us know like, I could have had that. But he won't.
me at him.
Yeah, hold me back,
Little bro.
little bro.
So any other tips for corporate bodybuilding shiz? Here's one from me. How do you feel about bodybuilding and being in corporate?
What do you mean?
From a judgmental perspective,
As in, like, from
how
my
you're
peers?
accepted, yeah. Or how do you feel about saying you're a bikini girl, a bodybuilder?
You know what? I don't say it.
Okay,
So that's probably how I feel.
that says it all, really.
Yeah, I won't say. Because
Do you think that's even worse as a girl than a boy? If it was me, do you think it'd be more, not like it's not accepted, but do you think it'd be easier to navigate to say I'm a male bodybuilder compared to I'm a female bodybuilder? I want to grow muscles, I'm a girl.
I don't know, maybe. I feel like you'd pass the same judgment, but probably as a girl.
Yeah, I think the judgment may be worse as a girl. I think the questions and shit are the same.
Yeah, it's the same kind of
Why
question.
doing that?
But like, yeah,
you
and
do
also
this?
they will probably assume with you.
Yeah.
No one's ever assumed with me from what I look like ever. So
You haven't got anything out to see, have you? It's not like you're bulging out of a jumper.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you peak at 152.6 you are.
Yeah. I've ripped a few from my bicep.
Yeah. So, go on.
I just don't say because I find it easier.
And
I'm
what
more
about
scared.
taking meals in tubs and Tupperware and...
Oh, they're used to that.
Have you ever experienced anything?
No one's ever said anything to me about taking in prepped food.
Because it's fairly social
like,
from going out of a food perspective and drinks. We're getting corporate. Like this is something that people will have to navigate.
Yeah, that is true. I think
the main thing. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm taking over.
Yeah, just answer for me, babe.
The main thing is not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
To an extent, the best you can is to just accept that it's what you love and that you may be different to them, but do you want to do the same? You know,
yeah.
It is what you enjoy, it's what you love, and you have to kind of take ownership of that and not let people or judgment bother you.
And I think if you work with nice people, I've never had someone turn around to me and say, like, you shouldn't do that.
No.
Ever. In any job that I've had. When I used to train quite seriously when I lived in London, when I was working for Tesco head office, and I used to take my pre-workout meal into the office and have it at my desk before I'd then tube it to the gym. And I'd get more interest, but I worked with a much younger crowd at Tesco. So they were like maybe...
Seeing it on socials and stuff.
Yeah, like we all followed each other on Instagram. So like they see it all now, whereas in my job now I'm the youngest by a lot.
They even will see just fitness influencers a lot more than bodybuilders themselves.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
the older crowd are not going to...
No, they don't get it. And like even yesterday I was explaining that I'd bought in my oats to have on the train before I went to the gym. And they were baffled that I was eating oats at 3:00 in the afternoon.
That's brekkie only.
Couldn't believe it. That's breakfast, Megan.
Only.
What's wrong with you? Have a breakfast bar from this massive tub of sweets that we've all collected. But yeah, and then as
Bloody hell.
I know. Bloody hell, it's Lightning McQueen outside. And as far as like going out for food and meals and stuff, I am an awkward person in these kind of situations, and I'm very non-confrontational. So I will probably, again, this is what you shouldn't do, pretend I have something to work on. So they all leave, and I don't have to go with them.
I don't think that's something you shouldn't do if you're not as ballsy to say something, for lack of better words. I think that's just doing the same thing. It's just not causing you aggro, it's not causing the questions, because they do drain you, whether they're from an inquisitive perspective or a judgmental perspective, not at work, at home, at friends, whatever, anything, anyone external. It's not a bad thing to make up an excuse or a little white lie.
We all know people love to lie in this life. We've had some great lies in that time.
I could tell some great lies that I've heard.
I think I've got a question actually. What's the worst lie you've ever heard?
You know, top 10 all come from one person.
Yeah.
Go on then, carry on.
But I think there's like, also if you've prepped your food and you take it into the office, I think more people would understand if you were like, I've brought my own food in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out and buy more food.
No.
We're not all made of money, you know.
No.
M&S is bloody expensive. Like when I go to the office, that's my kind of go-to to get pre-cooked chicken and a salad. And it comes to like £8. That's quite expensive, you know.
Yes.
So like,
well expensive.
Prepping your food before, people are going to understand that you don't want to spend money when you're out. And when I have had stuff like leaving dues, or like someone had a baby and they brought the baby in, so we had to go out for food. I was in a surplus then, so it doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, it's definitely easier in an office.
But I just make like good choices with what I choose. Choose something that has protein, hopefully lower in fats and not as much carb. So I wouldn't just have And no sides.
But as well, like, if you did just want to, if it was somewhere you really fancied and you wanted it, you would just have an off-plan meal and enjoy it.
Oh, I'm literally talking about if I've had to go out for work and I'm having to choose something for my lunch as well, because I've still got to go home and eat. Like, I'm not gonna have a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
At lunch, but if you want to do that, do it.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't recommend it if you're dieting because, well,
I think it's also just accepting that. Obviously, you have a great relationship with food, and off plans, whatever, and you can control food really well. But as a female, which food isn't as high as what I get. Especially if you're not at the end of an off season, or you're in a diet, or just middle of an off season, whatever, and your food's at 2,000, 2,500, 2,800 max, or even maybe 1,500. You could go over daily allowance within one sitting. And then wonder why scale weight's flying every single week. And that off-plan meal is literally like 3 days worth of food in one.
Yeah. And you don't realise, like, I think a lot of it's like people who say, like, I don't eat a lot, and they'll have like a Starbucks drink and a muffin for breakfast and stuff. But like, that's the same as my first 2 meals together. So you just don't realise, like, I never used to track calories, I don't think. Like, before COVID, I never used to.
No.
At all. I didn't care.
Also, to the point of, you can undereat.
Yeah.
With how high your food's been in the past and stuff, like, if you didn't track it, you definitely undereat as soon as hunger signalling goes a little bit. It definitely works both ways.
Yeah, but I think you have to be mindful about your own relationship with food.
Yeah.
If you love food and you're a foodie and you go out to eat and stuff, there's literally nothing wrong with that.
No.
And you don't have to punish yourself the next day with cardio or starve yourself. The worst thing you can do is starve yourself the next day. Enjoy the food if you want to eat it, but for me personally...
And also put the caveat of that you want to compete and you're about optimal physique development as well.
Yeah.
It's not just lifestyle, it has to be, if we're talking about a competitor that wants to do well and you've got big aspirations, or even just a step on stage, in my opinion, you have to have far greater control than just a lifestyle client, and there has to be some thought process behind it and understanding, rather than just because I'm a foodie, I'm going to eat a couple off-plan meals every single week.
Yeah, I'm talking lifestyle versus
competitive to lifestyle.
Because you can even compare my last diet to this one.
Yeah,
when
completely.
I was having an off-plan meal
every week.
I didn't do any cardio. I'd hardly ever meet my step count.
No.
This time I'd hit everything.
Yeah.
So, cardio, kind of, maybe not, but that's because we live so far away from the gym, and we were sick for a week of this diet, so I wasn't going to go and do cardio when it's 35-minute drive away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had an off-plan meal this whole diet compared to last time when I was having one every week, having a Domino's every week. So I think there is that shift of, like...
It's a mindset shift, isn't it? Goals have changed.
It doesn't bother me. You had a Domino's the other night and I didn't have one. Wasn't asked.
No.
I didn't want one.
No, I think as soon as you get into that mentality, I don't think, you've dieted for 4 weeks, what cravings have you got?
Not even hungry yet.
Like, what, really?
The vape consumption would say otherwise, though.
Yeah, the vape and caffeine consumption keeps that appetite right down.
Yeah. But I still wake up with my tummy grumbling though, so there's something going on there.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. But to summarise that, there's nothing wrong with eating out if you want to, at all. But I think there's also nothing wrong with people who eat out and make mindful decisions about the food they have.
Yeah, definitely.
It's literally personal preference. You shouldn't belittle one person for doing one thing and someone else for doing another. It's everyone's personal choice. What someone does doesn't impact you. You're not putting on the weight that they're putting on. You're not losing the weight that they're losing.
You don't have the goals that they are.
No. Yeah, everyone's so individual. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But for corporate stuff, sometimes, like that buffet I went to at Christmas was rancid.
The botanist, yeah.
And I text you like, this is awful.
And I've been a botanist fan in the past of food.
I'm a massive botanist fan, but not for corporate events.
Yeah.
I've heard bad things for corporate events if you've got a set menu. It was all cold, The chicken I don't think was even cooked, to be honest.
You just thought the
Disgusting.
apprentice slot would have done it, wouldn't you?
The Apprentice. We love The Apprentice. Oh my god, we could do.
It's on tonight. Andrew.
Is it on tonight?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
buzzing.
We love fucking any shit.
We're really
any
boring.
Shit telly.
Big Brother.
Big Brother, Apprentice,
Dragon's Den.
Gossip Girl.
Not Love Island fans though, not gonna lie.
Not really. OG Love Island fans for sure,
For sure.
but not anymore.
Nah, it's a bit shit now, isn't
But
it?
we've never watched Big Brother.
No, I
So
didn't
this is
think
the
I'd
first time
like
we've
it.
ever watched it, and you've never watched Apprentice or Dragon's Den, really. Mm-mm. So it's all kind of new.
It's all new.
we've
It's a
grinded
whole
on
new
that.
world.
It's a whole new world to us, yeah. And we love Gossip Girl. We're big Chuck and
Probably
Blair
like
fans,
the
aren't we?
biggest fans of Gossip
I
Girl
am,
and Chuck and
I
Blair.
am.
You love Blair.
And Chuck.
Yeah, but you love
But I love Blair, yeah.
Blair's like dream girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like Blair, so
No, I
we're
don't.
sorted.
Sorted. Tick.
That was that's what I wanted from day dot.
Just a Blair.
Just a Blair.
A Blair Waldorf.
Blair/Dewar.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Setting those expectations high.
I am.
Yeah. What other questions have we had? We had a few juicy ones, but I don't know if we want to. If we even want to say.
We don't want to blow our load in episode 1. We've
got to keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
Like the most obvious question we've had is like, how did you meet?
Yeah, how
But
did we meet?
I'm keeping that up my sleeve.
Yeah.
That's my ace.
That's it. That's the ace. That's
And
the
it-
season finale.
That's the season finale.
Whatever.
And it really depends on how much info I want to give.
Yeah.
What mood I'm in on that day.
If you're in your savage mood or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
how
that-
did we meet?
How did we meet?
Yeah.
For now, over Instagram.
Over Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to uni together, but didn't know each other.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, knocked about
Same
in the
friends.
same, pretty much, similar friendship groups and had mutual friends. But we never actually knew of each other. I worked in a Tesco that I went in every single day, like literally, to get a Monster.
Yeah. I was an evening shift person though. I didn't finish my shifts
to the
till
gym.
midnight.
I went to the gym in the evening.
Oh my god. I was hiding from you though. I wasn't on the tills.
So, yeah, but we never met. And then for now, do Instagram because we could cause hell.
Yeah. So if you are listening, you can calm down, babes. Your life's not over yet.
Daddy chill.
What the fuck was that?
What else we got? What's it like to be coached by me?
Oh yeah, what's it like having your boyfriend?
Coaching.
And what's it like coaching your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you want to start with what it's like coaching your girlfriend?
Hell.
Hell.
No, it's fucking easy. You don't cause me any stress whatsoever, really. Prep will probably be a different story. I think, when I absolutely slash your food, I think there'll be some level of resentment there. I'm joking. I don't think there will because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to just punish you.
The crumpets have already been taken off me.
Yeah.
And are sulked for a week.
Yeah, you didn't. That one good. I've had to put them back in. I haven't. It's fine coaching you, doesn't it? I love it, if I'm honest. I mean, I won't want anyone else coaching you, really. Like, I'm confident that I can bring you in the best.
Well, no one knows me better though, do they?
No, that's the thing. Like,
How I
it's even
respond
down
better.
to I've got 24/7 surveillance of.
It's like Big Brother on me.
Not of what you do, but like I'll say like you look so much leaner this morning, and you might go on the scales and you might be heavier, but I know like from a body comp perspective, like don't let that scale weight bother you today. Like you are visually so much leaner. It will drop off. There's some fluid or something. It will drop off. There's some inflammation or there's some food volume, etc. So you've got that, but also it's also great from a because we're together that I even want you to do even better. Like steps or cardio, whatever, or going to the gym. But I can just wait. I can do them with you. It's I'm always there for a plethora of support mechanisms.
Yeah.
What's it like having me coach you?
Lovely.
Bloody
Can't
lovely.
complain.
Yeah.
Bloody lovely.
Bloody lovely.
Bloody lovely. No, it's, to be honest, I don't think as you said, I wouldn't want to be coached by anyone else.
No.
Like I just don't think. I think I'd annoy them too much because I annoy you so much. post-workout shots every day. And you must say I look good.
You spam me almost as much as Gillen.
Yeah.
Actually, prep Gillen, not anymore.
Well, I did hear 4 missed calls today. Who's that, Gillen?
Mid-checking.
I can hear it over my headset at work.
WhatsApp video calls coming through as I'm mid-checking with someone.
It sounded like Skype. It's like,
It wasn't Skype.
I was getting PTSD from thinking it's my Teams. I was like, oh my God, no.
No, he was ringing me about the Arnolds.
Is he going?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's on some stands and then I think he's having a pro show.
It's really cold.
Is it? I'm freezing in here. So yeah, what else? What else? Is there positives? Is there negatives to it? Why did you inquire with me? Yeah.
I don't inquire with you. I just liked your work. I like the look of your work, bro.
Results talk, don't they?
Results talk.
Yeah,
like,
you saw the bio.
I saw Joe Freaky and was like, I want to be like that.
You saw the overalls.
I just saw the bio of like 7 PNBA pro cards. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 7? 6 PNBA, and I was like,
no, 4.
Bloody hell, 6, babes. Where are these other 2?
2 Wabber.
2 Wabbers.
6 pro cards. And
yeah, so I saw these and was like, God damn.
I want it.
Sign me up.
I want it.
Yeah, I want one of those. But no, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing stuff together. Yeah. I think we're very much like that. We're a bit inseparable a lot of the time. I say a bit, we are literally inseparable.
We are.
And not in a bad way.
No.
Either. You're like my best friend, so.
We love doing everything together, don't we?
Yeah, doing everything together.
So there's no negatives, really? No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
You asked me in prep when I hate you because you've taken my granola off me. That's the next thing that I know is going. I can sense like what he's going to take off me because like you literally turn around to me and like, oh, the food's gone. I'm like, the crumpets have gone out of me. Not the crumpets. And I knew it. That you were going to take them off me, and you did. 3 crumpets.
Yeah, it's an easy pull.
Well, it's not easy for me to take.
It is. None of them.
You took them and then shoved them on my end meal and thought, yeah, let's just have 2 raw crumpets, 30 gram of almond butter, 250 gram of yogurt.
Yeah, that was to have yogurt and then almond.
Meal plans.
Look,
by
I'm
Tim.
not fucking Jamie Oliver. I'm not giving you.
You don't have to claim to be Jamie Oliver, but I don't think anyone would put crumpets, yogurt, and almond butter.
Do you have almond butter on crumpets?
I wouldn't. Yeah,
you fucking do.
I do. But I don't. That's not a meal. I don't want plain yogurt.
Oh, whatever. Anyway,
I'm not like you.
They've gone now. Yeah, I'll eat anything.
What's the funniest meal I've ever seen you eat?
God, you've got a fucking list, haven't you? Go on.
Jodie can back me up on this one.
What are they?
Rice.
Yeah.
Mince.
Yeah.
Prawns.
Yeah.
Chicken.
And fuck off as the chicken there as well.
Was it just prawns and mince?
Yeah, surf and turf.
Plain. Absolutely plain. In a bowl and mixed together.
With some rice.
And then you don't eat it.
Yeah, that was when I was just so... My appetite was gone.
And then...
What about the full pack of sausages and mash?
the toad in the hole.
Toad in the hole.
But it was like... I remember like turning around to you like, why don't you just have it in smaller portions? Because like you literally had like 8 sausages, 2 mountains of mash, loads of gravy, and you took one bite and was like...
This was like nearly 3 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, peak off season.
And that was when it was, food was just high, and it would have been like, that was when you was in London, and like food would have been missed throughout the day, and I'd come home and I'd have like 4,000 calories in, and it's 6 at night, and I was like, fucking hell. So it was like 12 Cumberland sausages, and
deploy the sausage.
So I went hybrid a week later. I was done with that shit.
Was it the sausages that tipped you over the edge?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not bothered about... I just eat bland food, don't I? I don't have sauce and anything.
You tell me off for making your... You literally turned around to me once and went...
It's too
tasty. No, not too tasty.
Too
it's
flavoursome.
just like too flavoursome.
Yeah.
It's like just got too much flavour.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but it's because I'm eating so much food that I don't.
You don't want all the spices.
It's just sickly. I just need to get it down.
But there's me literally. You turn around to me like, how much do you put on your food? You turn around all the time and like, how much are you putting on your food?
In terms of what?
Spices and soy
Yeah.
sauce and stuff. I'm down in a whole bottle.
They go right through me as well, any kind of fucking spice, so it's just skews my digestion.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look if there's any more cues.
I think I had a fair few from
Go on then.
from Mill Dog. Let me get on.
Name dropping in F1.
You've literally dropped her name before.
Any of them? We are 50 minutes in.
50 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. When's Norman getting a sibling? We haven't spoke about Norman.
No.
Should we intro Norman?
He's our dog.
He does love him.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him, but I can't show
Oh,
him.
yeah?
I can't show him. I put a pic of him on the cat.
Oh, I was going to get one on my phone.
But for anyone listening, he's just a little black Pomeranian who's 4.5 kilo and mental. If you check our Instagrams, you'll see them.
Yeah, he's literally insane. He loves to piss everywhere at the minute.
Oh, so as we was leaving for the podcast earlier, and he was whining. He needed a piss, so I went downstairs with him to open the back door. And I open the back door. He just jumps on the treadmill, pisses on the treadmill, then goes outside and continues his piss.
That's a fuck you though, because like we took too long to get to the back door, and like he was going through a bit of a phase the other week of pissing everywhere because he's a creature of habit, and he always pisses in places where he's like at least trying to get out.
Yeah.
So it'll be like on the stairs.
He made a beeline for the treadmill, Megan. He jumped on it.
Yeah, do you know?
Squatted, pissed, and popped out.
He's done it to me so many times on that treadmill, and he makes direct eye contact whilst doing it. Like, he didn't even squat when he did it with me. He just stood there and pissed.
Yeah.
But we do love him.
Yeah, he's the
And
best.
he is a good boy.
He is.
And he loves cuddles.
He does. He loves cuddles.
He's the most cuddly dog I've ever met in my whole life.
Yeah.
And he's just a baby.
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby. And he likes being babied. He has his own car seat for the car that he sits in really badly. He screams.
For 2 minutes.
He screams the whole car journey if he's in it for too long. And everyone that meets him is obsessed with him.
They are.
Literally
Yeah.
obsessed.
He's literally.
He's got a fan
just
club.
a magnet, isn't he? Walking down the street or going anywhere.
Yeah. He's known by all my colleagues.
Yeah.
He sits in meetings with me. They're like, oh, it's Norman. Yep.
Yeah. He is the best.
Yeah.
He's the best little dog. I've got any others. Is that it? Did you answer the other one?
We've answered the
Yes.
other one, and the other one was literally just, do you find it's easy having a partner who is also into fitness?
Well, we spent a long time
Without that.
of you not, and like I never pushed anything on you from a training or a bikini perspective whatsoever. Like maybe some people would think that that's how it's come about, but it wasn't. You just like the reason why you came to the shows one time was to help out with the client for the first one, and then just to come for the day.
It was like to take pictures for
Yeah.
you, for your content,
Yeah.
just to help out, and like
Prior to that, you were barely training, really.
no, like when I was not really going to the gym, like before I started that diet for Mykonos, like you would go into a lot of shows, and obviously we work very differently. So like my days off of the weekend, Tim would work, go to shows. It's technically working.
Same with friends, isn't it?
Yeah,
Seeing
like
people like
you go to shows, and like I would be not left at home, but like I'd be home on my own
yeah.
for the weekend, and like even though we live together and we see each other every day, every morning,
It's that quality.
it's that quality time that sometimes you do miss
Yeah.
when someone's so busy, because Tim will sometimes, when everyone's in prep, be working until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, is up again at 6 a.m. replying to people,
Yeah.
and we have no time to do anything.
Service.
Yeah, thanks guys, fucking hell. Hate you all.
No, but it's true. Like it was crazy back-to-back weekends for even when we was on holiday.
Yeah.
And it does get to the point where quality time is a lot lower, because even when they've competed, someone's in a peak week the next day, and
Yeah.
stress is high, whatever. So you did start coming along to almost just to be with me as well. But I wouldn't say is it easier now you are in.
It was never not easy before.
It's not easy. I can't remember that we did anything really differently by coming to the gym.
No, like I was still saying, like I think even if I was at the gym, like you still weren't there on the weekends. Like that's got nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't training.
No, yeah.
Like nothing to do with it, and it wasn't like hard.
No, I think if you're both accepting and you're both
supportive of each other's goals.
Other. I don't care what your goal would be, whether it was bodybuilding, whether it was anything, whatever hobby. Like, I just want you to be the best and love it and support you through it. And I think that's the same. Like, as long as you've got a relationship like that and you make it work and you put effort in to make it work, I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah.
There's definitely an element of that you actually love bikini.
Yeah.
And so you don't just do it as a hobby, like you really love it, we talk about it quite a lot, you know, our walks, we'll talk about it. So it gives us another mutual thing in common.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we have pretty much everything else in common. There's nothing that we don't do separately, really.
No.
You know, maybe watch football, but you'll still probably watch half of it, or you'll just clean or something while I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, apart from that, maybe, you still talk to me about it and come and watch it.
Yeah, still take it in.
We do everything.
It's like making the effort to take interest in your partner's interests.
So if 1 out of 100 doesn't align, I don't think it's that much of an issue.
Big deal, no.
No.
But yeah, so really the answer to that is that it was never hard to begin with.
No, I think it does make it a little bit easy, that just understanding my job.
Yeah, I think
it's the job. I think if I was just a bodybuilder, I think it's fucking hell, it doesn't matter if your girlfriend's a bodybuilder or not, as long as she accepts you and you accept and support what she loves. But I think my job which maybe we can cover in another episode, is something that you've got to kind of sacrifice a bit of your own time and what you want to do.
And we've gone like through a lot of learning with that and getting things wrong.
Yeah.
And hopefully this year
be better.
Will be better.
I also think from a client's perspective, they don't actually realise that either. What you see everything behind the scenes and like what you have to sacrifice and
and like I'm not going
to all it takes.
Sit here and pretend that everything is amazing when you date a coach and like you don't see that other side, when it's like the reality of it is that it is tough for you, especially with the amount of pressure that you put on yourself and that you get put on you, and then it's tough trying to balance absolutely everything else.
Yeah,
it is tough.
It is.
And like you don't want to lie to anyone because it's the reality of it.
Yeah.
But you learn from it. Yeah. You find what works for you as a couple, and you don't take each other for granted in that respect. Yeah. And I think we were pretty damn good at that.
I think we are.
Yeah. This is turning into a bit of a therapy session, isn't it? Should I bring the therapist?
I didn't know where that was going, that one.
Did you not?
I just thought the face went serious. I thought...
Dumping me. Mid-podcast.
Pick up me. Yeah.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Little bro.
Little bro. Big bro.
Right, well, we're approaching 1 hour.
Really.
Shall we wrap it up? I think that's a pretty good introductory episode. This weekend we are heading down to Coventry. We've got the Arnolds to watch Saturday night. We're watching confirmation rounds for Bikini, Men's Physique Open and the awards, which will be sick.
Yeah, Arnie's there.
Arnie's there this year. A bit gutted we're missing Classic, but what can you do? So we're going down there. I've got an in-person check-in with a client on Saturday who's like 9 weeks out. So that's exciting. And I'm sure next week's, it's going to be a weekly thing. Next week's, we can do an Arnold wrap-up. Our logo is being developed right now.
It's in the lab.
It's in the lab.
Been
cooking.
Cooked up.
It's cooking. It's cooking with Vultures 2. Because we both attempted to make some logos, and I made Toy Story Part 2 and she made a Terminator shooter game. So the vibe was a little bit off.
It wasn't the vibe. I found out that my passion isn't with branding and marketing. Went through a brief period of thinking that this is my calling. Quickly realised, and when Ethan turned around to me, my little brother, and went, "Bloody hell, don't quit your day job," I knew that. Yeah.
You have a new one every week.
I should stick to the tech thing.
Every week.
Every time I try something else,
and I'm like, "You're the best."
You're
Come on, let's do it.
Let's go. Quit doing your job. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually really bad at it. And I just go straight back to tech with my tail between my legs. She's back.
Hey, great ideas though.
Oh, love
I mean,
ideas.
the name. Oh, should we just touch on the name?
So, we haven't even introduced it.
We haven't even introduced it. I'm Tim. Megan.
I'm Megan.
The name. So we thought about doing this podcast like a year ago. This is how long it's been in the works. Anyway, right. So we were thinking about this because if you follow us and you see TikToks and that, we like to get pictures in our clothes and we like our fashion and
we like being down with the kids.
Yeah,
we're pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty cool, as you can tell. And we thought about doing it maybe a year ago. And so Megan came up with the name of Help, I'm dating a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously about dating me, who's such a fucking optimal bodybuilder. And now we've come around to doing it, and it works both ways because I am actually the one dating the bodybuilder because you are, sorry Joe, you are so much more on it than I am. Let's be honest.
You turn around to me and was like, if it out of me and you, there's someone that's going to go to the gym and they don't want to and will go, it's me.
If you want anything, I'd say it's you.
I'd just do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am on it. I'm still on it, but Megan is. You are genuinely. You are a pretty perfect client, and perfect like you are, and that's why you've made ridiculous results as well, and they're getting better and better. But the name you came up with, didn't you?
Help! I'm dating a bodybuilder.
And it does. It works really, really well. So it works from both ways now, rather than just one. So let's wrap it up there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed listening. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 and wasn't bored of us. Please share it on your story and tag us. Tag the podcast and our individual accounts. Where can they find you, Megan? We'll put the link in the description.
Oh my god, yeah, please. I don't know my actual Instagram handle off by heart.
I'm Tim Stewart, at Tim Stewart Team CBC. And Megan is, I don't know, MGM Fitness or something like that.
Summon. If you type Megan McGillian, I'll come up.
Yeah. And share the podcast, please, guys, and give us a review. Let us know what you thought. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Hey, town. Dum, dum.